Good afternoon, guys. It's Jim at Cityscapes Lawn Care. Today I'm going to review a brand new FSA 135R trimmer, battery operated from Stihl. There's not too many reviews out there, so I'm going to give you my initial thoughts. So without further delay, there it is. And it has the auto cut, the C26-2, which you just slide the string right through the lines there, and I'll show you that later on. But 16.5 inches of swath, battery operated. I have the AP300S in there, brand new, haven't even used it yet. So I will certainly show you that. So, like anything, this is 10.1 pounds. I'm gonna actually put this side by side to another gas trimmer I have, and we'll see how much it weighs with the batteries and so forth. And I'll get you the details in a little bit. But you have a trigger here. Got to be in conjunction with this, so this pushes down, this pushes up. This is simply your power meter. As you can see, there are 1, 2, and 3 will be your strongest. And if you let go, it will stop. No juice. So, got to do that. Put it on number 1. Hold that down, trigger. Oh, wasn't too quick. You can hear it. Let me go ahead and it's got a rubberized grip here. This is actually a safety bar, so because you can change the heads out, you can do a brush cutter blade here. I'm not going to be doing that, so you just put. They give you the tools. You just put the pin in here, stops it, unspin that, and you're good to go. So no carburetor, no gas, no smells, but like anything, you do have there is some maintenance. So right in here is where you'd put your gear loop. So again, they can take that off, put your Stihl gear loop in there. So let me go put this up. Let's see exactly how much it weighs. You know, before we do that, hang on just a second. Let's just see the size. Alright, so side-by-side comparison. This is the FS 111RX. It's been my workhorse. Actually, I have no problems with this one. Obviously, it's loud. And you can see that the this one's just slightly, a little bit, maybe, 1.5, 2 inches longer. I don't remember what the specs called for on this one, but as we look at them side by side, you know, the engine obviously a little bit taller, a little bit wider on this, smaller. The balance, I think, on both of them are fine. So I think the weight, to be honest with you, is heavier on this one, mainly because I've got the heaviest battery, which is the longest life. So, you know, we'll see. But let's get out the scales and let's take a look at it. Alright guys, you can see I'm going to have the scales here. I'm going to leave the battery in. Absolutely makes no sense in weighing it without the battery, because we're never going to be cutting without the battery anyway. So they said it's 10.1 pounds without the battery, but you know, and of course this battery, I think, let me get my little notes here. So the 300S, this AP300S is 3.96 pounds. The 300 is 3.81 pounds, and then the AP200 is 2.9 pounds. So yeah, you're going to sacrifice some pounds for storage. So basically, on the AP300S is 45-minute runtime. You know, as a plane going through. Okay, I'm back. So 10.1 without the battery, and as you can see, that's going to be the 300S, 45-minute runtime, which is your largest capacity battery. And really, for the $50 difference between the AP300 and the AP300S, spend the 50. You're gonna definitely want that. So at what was it? Like 10 ounces was the difference. I don't think it'd be that. So anyway, let's see how much it weighs. Okay, zeroed out. Put it in here. I'm gonna have to lean it, so I don't know if that's an accurate way to do it, but there we go. It's pretty light. There we go. So 14.11. Let you guys see. Hopefully the camera picks it up. 14.11. I don't let the camera see that. Anyway, trust me, 14.11. Now let's go look at our gas counterpart. Now gas is about 3/4 full, so not full, but obviously for a true comparison I should have filled it all up, but I think the initial grass here has a few more ounces. So what did I say it was, 14 pounds 11 ounces, and this is showing, I hope the camera picks it up, is 13.7. So what, about a half a pound, 3/4 of a pound difference. So they keep saying that the battery ones are lighter. Well, I don't know about being lighter. Spin this around. Yeah, I think it may be more balanced. So when I first pick it up, it is kind of heavy. And of course I could go down to half a pound getting the lighter battery, or even a pound getting the lightest battery, but I don't want to keep buying new batteries and replacing them, so I'm not sure. And they say 45-minute runtime. Of course that's with the trigger always on. Now as we go around the yards and we go around and doing edges, we're not using full throttle. We don't do it on the gas either, so it's going to get longer run time. So if I of course go to full power, we're going to get less run time. So keep that in mind. The auto cut, pretty simple. Here's a retainer clip. We'll open this up here and I'll show you. I'll actually string it for you. There we go. That's just a retainer clip. You have to twist it off if you want it. You can actually feed it yourself. It's got little lines, little clips. So if you want to hand spool it, but the convenience of it is right here in the middle. See that line straight down, right here. Go straight down. That's what you want to line up your arrows to here. So I'll put this back in. Uh-oh. Lost my spring. There it is. Thought there's a spring in here. Don't lose it. So let's put this back in. And it's just a twist. We're on. Put the retaining clip back on. Come on, get in there. Oop. Done. So I'm actually going ahead and get the string. We'll string that as we go. This is all live. So they say you can put about 16 feet of cord. And of course, if you look at it, there's one. That's kind of the old measurement. We all do this in the field, right? 2. So it's about 3.5. 3. Depending on your arm length, actually almost 4. So you don't want to overload it, so I would say 3.5 is fine. Okay, so they're even. Just want to make sure that you're even. It's hard to do in the field, I know. And so all I'm going to do, and there's 2 ways you can do it. There's going to be little latches here, and just twist. You do have to push in. So push in and twist. Push in and twist. Probably the faster way is use your palm. So push in and just go, right? You want to hold this. Yeah, there's plenty of YouTube videos, you can see it. And of course, this is brand new, so, but you know, it's going pretty quick. I thought about speeding this up, but no, you know, it's not really bad. I think it's the same thing as if you hand do it when you wrap around the old ones. And I've got the other Stihl has that. And no, so palm I think is a better one. And you kind of just want to get it where, obviously the cutter, so it's too long. We're almost there. That wouldn't take very long. Oh, so one end is a little longer than the other one, but that's okay. And there you have it. Nothing to it. So again, this I'm probably going to take off. I don't really need this because I'm just going to trim only with it. Let you hear the strength of the motor. So on 1 with the string on, power 2, and power 3. And that's it. I don't know what this is for, other than, I guess if you had your strap, there's a place for your strap to go over your shoulder. I'm not going to use that. I don't know what this is for, so I'm not sure if anybody knows what this is for. Maybe it's just protection. But when I put this through my trailer racks, I'm going to need to take this off or move it down, because there's a clip, and there's a clip here that, as I need to do on my trailer racks. I have the Green Touch trailer racks with all mine. So yep, and so we're gonna know. I gotta mow 17 yards tomorrow, so I'm gonna do another review from those 17, see how long the battery lasts. I'm in Florida, by the way. This is September, and so we'll see. But I had bought the battery. It's hot out here. Let me go. I had bought the battery only because, honestly, I kind of got tired. Of using the gas, always having carburetor issues, always changing the filters, having bad gas. We all know that we've done that from time to time, but it's really, if you're starting and pulling, you know, first thing in the morning, you're going to crank it 3-4 times. It gets started, it's fine as it warms up, but you're going to pull it on the average of what, at least twice. Doesn't always start on the first one, especially if you have a trimmer that's you know, a year, 2, 3 years old, and it's starting to wear down a little bit, so it takes a little bit more cranking because of the carburetor issues. Obviously, we know that. So get a whole carburetor kit for what, 30 or 40 bucks. Buy your filters. So if you do it yourself, you know, you're 80 bucks into, you know, changing everything out, you know, every 2 or 3 years. Where the batteries are 1,500 cycles. 1,500 cycles means charge times. So if you're mowing every single day, that's 5 days. So, you know, multiply it by the year, 365 days. If you mow 365 days, let's just do the simple math there. I'm going to have a calculator to figure all that out. But If you just mow one day, this is not a homeowner brand, this is a commercial brand, so just one day, 365, it's going to well past 5 years of battery life or battery cycles, if you will. So if you're doing it for 5 days, so was it 3, 6, 9, 12? You have 1,500 charge days, if you will. So you're going to get a battery a year. Did I do that right? So, well, no. Okay, let's get my handy calculator out here. So again, 1,500 cycles is what you're going to go. So even if you use it 300 every day for 3 years, so 365 times 3 years. Oh, there we go. It's 1,095 cycles. So it's a 4-year battery if you use it every single day. You're not going to use it every single day. You're going to have a couple days off. And you guys up north are going to use it, what, 6 months, 7 months out of the year? Florida, obviously, in my area, we do mow. It goes slower, so we're bi-weekly. So for about 5 months, we're bi-weekly cuts, so half the time. But for me, this is probably going to be a 6-year battery. So, is it worth the investment? Is it, I think it was $250 for the battery, $249. That's for the AP300S. The AP300 was $189. So no, I said $349. So it is not. It's a $50 difference. So that's, and of course you're a pound or almost a half a pound lighter. So you can buy more batteries, replace them. So it depends if you're going to have more equipment, interchange it. So for me, I just bought the biggest capacity, and the difference between the 300 and the 300S is 25% more capacity. So less changing the batteries, but this is going to be the only unit I'm going to have. It's going to have the dedicated battery to it. We'll see. Again, I got 17 mows tomorrow, and I'll let you know. I'll actually do some more footage of that, see how well it cuts. I'll put the GoPro attached to the trimmer. We'll get a close-up view, see how we cut. I'm going to start out low and medium and then high and see what the differences are. So this is a throttle base, so that means you can push as much pressure. You don't need to go just like a gas. It'll be the lower one, but you can go lower based on the throttle demand. So same thing with medium and same thing with high. So if I go high, we know it's going to eat up the battery life. So, but I'm not going to be going the full time, right? So probably medium is going to be the one, unless you're in a really high grass area and you got to knock down some tall weeds and grass. Then yeah, you're probably going to be full out, and then you got 45-minute run time. So think of it as that. Now the charger, I guess there's 2 different chargers, the AL300 and AL500. And honestly, the AL300 is what I purchased. I anticipate using this all day long, the batteries, and I still have juice left. I really think so. So for me to charge time overnight, it's only going to take like what do they say, like 35 minutes to charge the AP300S, and if you've got the AL500, it's a little quicker charge, so 20 minutes. So what's 10 minutes? It's overnight for me anyway. So I'm not going to be using multiple batteries in big accounts and going through battery after battery for an extended period of a day. So I need to buy more batteries, I'll buy more batteries. I don't really care about the charging time. No, it's at night. What do I care? I'm done for the day. What's 10 more minutes or even 15 more minutes? So save your $50 and then buy the 300S, your AP300S battery. So don't buy it into the charger. That's my advice, but my opinion. But again, I just rather have a fully loaded battery that's going to last me all day long. I charge it once every single night and don't have to charge it throughout the day in my truck. I don't want to do that. So I can. I'd rather just buy another battery if that's the case. So, but as far as charging time, what's an extra 10 or 15 minutes charging time? Look up the specs, you'll see it. Anyway, that's my initial review. It's a little bit heavier. We saw that on the scale, and the balance I think is pretty good. But the most important, of course, I won't have that noise when you do the the gas edge or gas weed eater, I mean that motor's right next to your ear. You got hearing protection, yes. And of course I crank up the music, but I don't need to keep it as loud. But again, the mower's always on where I'm going. I'm always hearing that motor. Where the electrical only on demand. When I need it on demand is when I hear it, and I hear it at the top of the head. So keep that in mind. Actually, the mower's in the back end of the unit, not the front end of the unit. So keep that in mind. I kind of like that. There are some other ones. I was looking at the Husqvarna, where they had the motor in at the head end. And of course, if you're tapping that, I just think that's, you're tapping the head all the time. I just think that's going to be a problem for maintenance issues and maybe breakage down the road. But that's why I went with Stihl, and I have Stihl equipment, so I like their stuff. All of my stuff has days a week, so keep that in mind. Do what you need to do. But 1,500 cycles. Again, you can do the math. I didn't do the math, so I don't know what that is. So I've not had any issues. I've had it for 3 years. So on most of all their equipment is minus Stihl. But I almost went Husqvarna only because there's just certain things. It seemed to be a little bit lighter, but I'll let you guys know tomorrow. Again, 17 yards I'm doing, so 17 trims I'm doing. There's one backyard that I let purposely grow up for about 3 weeks, so that's going to be the true test. So if I make it through the day, and with this big area that I'm doing tomorrow, with the grass a little bit taller, just for video's sake, because it hasn't been cut in the backyard for 3 weeks, so it's a little tall, it's a little right. We'll see how well it cuts through that. This got the Stihl line, so I don't have any experiences with the Stihl line. We'll run that one out, and I'll use my Oregon. By the way, this can, it's 0.95. This trimmer will go up to 0.105. So the motor is just as equivalent as a gas. So we'll see. But right now it's got a 0.95 line on it with Stihl trimmer line. So I'll use that and use it all up, and then again, as I do a long-term review down the road, and I'll let you know how the battery lasts and really the pros and cons of it. So I'm not saying that it's the end-all be-all yet, because I don't know. But again, I don't want to do this. I do it with the blower, I do it with the edger, I do it with the weed eater, and eventually I only bought one unit. By the way, this is $800 because I need to get the charger, I need to get the battery, and I get the unit. The unit was $406. The battery was $239, I think, $239. And then the charger was $99, of course, tax. So it came out to be like $806. So, of course, I won't have to buy the battery or the charger again. I'm thinking about the combi unit, but I'm going to wait until I get a good 6 months out of this. And do I really want to go full battery in all of my equipment? I don't think the blowers are there yet, but we'll see. But if I can minimize, I mean, again, if I'm doing this at 17 yards, I'm going to do it twice. So you got about 34 cranks just on one of the machines. I'm save my elbow. I'm telling you, lately, it's been killing me because just the constant cranks. I'm 63 years old. I'm not getting any younger, and I don't want to keep doing that. I just don't. And let alone the fumes I'm smelling all the time. The trailer's full of fumes all the time. Gas issues, and gas is getting, they're not cheap. It cost me $3.19 a gallon for the things. But yeah, we go through gas. I'm gonna have the expense of not having that again now. So, it'll catch up. But I think the battery of 1,500 cycles, so it'll last you 4+ years unless you're charging it in the field multiple times. But I say to you, just buy more batteries. Why charge it? Just charge it up at night. So anyway, Jim at Cityscapes, like and subscribe so we can see the follow-up reviews and see my other video footages that I have. Peace out.